Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So a while back I ordered some Posca markers from Amazon and I had been meaning to try them out. I've been seeing a lot of artists use Posca markers on Instagram and YouTube lately, and it's gotten me really curious about trying these out. If you've seen my past draw with me's, then you might know that I often draw with Copic markers and pencil crayons, but prior to using markers I actually used to prefer painting with acrylics and watercolors. Since Copic has since replaced my watercolors, I thought it might be interesting to test out Posca markers to see if they would be a good replacement for acrylics. It's been a really long time since I've been able to sit down and paint something because I've been so busy with work, but I used to really enjoy doing acrylic paintings. Since I'm juggling so many things these days, it's a little bit difficult for me to set aside the time to set up a canvas, mix some colors, and prepare to make a mess in my room because it does take quite a bit of time. When I do have the time to draw, I kind of want it to be instant. I want all my colors to be ready in front of me and ready to go. And I'm not really prepared to spend more than an hour or so painting if I'm just doing it to relax. Ideally, if I'm really committing to a painting that I'll be hanging up somewhere, I'd like to commit at least half a day or maybe even a few days so that I can really focus on it until it is something that I am happy with. But these days, I kind of just want to paint for fun in my sketchbook, so I want to see if this might be a fun medium for me to explore. This is the full range bundle set from Amazon, and it is about $100 Canadian for all 29 Posca markers. I was in a huge dilemma about what to buy, so I had been hopping on and off of Amazon for days thinking about it. What I was debating between was the marker size and colors. Posca has a variety of sizes of marker nibs, but I was mainly thinking about either the fine point or the medium point. Because with my drawing style, I don't think I would need anything too thick. I'll leave a website down below with a breakdown of all the different sizes in case you're also considering to buy some yourself. In the end, I chose medium since it seemed quite versatile. I could fill in larger areas more easily, but I could probably also do some detailed work as well. In hindsight, I think I should have considered the brush tip instead, but hey, hindsight 2020, so oh well. Anyway, in terms of the colors, I was really only considering the different bundles that were available to me on Amazon because I had already checked the art stores that were in my city and there weren't many options there. It is important to mention that I wasn't able to find any brush tip bundles, so I guess that wouldn't really have been an option anyway. Amazon seemed to be the most affordable with their bundle options, which really helped me narrow things down. For the colors, I was debating between getting the 15 marker set, just the pastel ones, or all of them. Of course, getting the smaller sets would allow me to challenge myself with a limited color palette and create some interesting results, but I was kind of worried that if I got the smaller sets and then changed my mind afterwards, then I would have to go and buy all the other independent sets afterwards, or buy additional markers one by one, which would end up costing more than if I were to buy them in a bundle set. And honestly, all that thinking was getting my head a little bit dizzy. It just felt like too much math for my artsy mind. I just want to draw, so I decided to just get all the colors and stop debating about this and just get everything over with. And to start the markers, you can start by shaking the markers, pressing down on the nib until the paint starts coming out. Then you're pretty much ready to go. Whenever I get new markers, I like to create a color chart so I can reference it when I'm drawing and not have to figure out which marker is what. I created this chart on multimedia paper and I was so pleased that it didn't bleed through, because I actually enjoy drawing on both sides of the paper. If you're also planning to draw on both sides of the paper, make sure you do a small test beforehand because different papers will react differently from the marker. My paper is from the Strathmore Mixed Media Vellum Medium Weight Acid-Free 98-pound sketchbook, so maybe you can use that for reference. At first I wasn't really sure what to draw. After all, it is a new medium and I wasn't really sure what I was able to do or capable of doing. I looked at a bunch of references and changed my idea a few times, but in the end I chose to stick with what I was most comfortable with, which is drawing girls. I'm using this photo from Pinterest as a reference and I was pretty happy with the sketch, But like with trying all new things, I was a little bit nervous and scared that I would mess up. And honestly, the whole time up until I was almost done outlining, I wasn't too happy with the piece. It looked pretty weird to me, but I feel like so much of art is like that. It almost always feels daunting, and it never really looks quite right until the end, and I think too many people give up in the process. If you're ever stuck on a piece or feel discouraged midway because it's not looking like how you intended it to look, it's totally okay. I think most people feel this way. You just gotta stick with it till the end, for better or for worse. You'll learn something in the process, and I think you'll often find that it ends up looking better than you think. Back when I was teaching art, my mentor and I always tried to emphasize to our students that most of art is about embracing your failures. It's often going to feel like you're making a mistake, but the fun thing about creativity is that there is no right or wrong. If you feel that you've made a mistake, just use that to your advantage and turn it into something else. Even if it feels scary, just walk on forward and keep continuing till the end. I was chatting with my sister the other day, and she was telling me that she saw on a survey on Reddit that drawing is one of those things that most people feel are more difficult than they think. And I do often encounter people who think that in order to do art, you need to have some sort of talent. But really, it's all just practice. What happens when you're trying something new is that your brain starts creating new connections and pathways. And when you repeat those actions, it will strengthen those parts of your brain. So the more you do something, the better you get at it, and the more you're able to develop those parts of your skills. So if you're someone who's felt discouraged before when you were making art, don't worry, even the greatest artists have been there at some point. If this is something you're truly interested in, just keep at it. It might be challenging, but it's also why it's so fun. There's no need to be afraid of failure because it's all part of the journey. In my last video, I asked you guys to guess how long it takes me on average to edit my videos, and now it's time to reveal my answer. Thank you so much to those of you who have commented with guesses. I had so much fun reading them. So since I produce quite a few different types of videos, they do vary in editing time, but I think on average, it's about 35 hours per video. They do sort of range from 5 to 45 hours, but I hardly ever do any 5-hour videos, so most videos end up taking about 4 days to create. So Cleo was totally right. With the upcoming Vlogmas videos though, I'm going to try to simplify things and keep the editing time down since I'll be trying to upload daily. I still really want to create quality content though, so wish me luck. I really have no idea how everything is going to turn out. If you're as excited about Christmas as I am, please give this video a like, and I'd love it if you could join us for Vlogmas, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be part of this journey. So I think with this drawing, I've realized that medium point is really quite thick. I really wasn't able to get the details that I wanted with some of the edges, but I do think that it is decent for covering larger areas of color. It's not really working with my style that well, but I think it would be fun to try some different styles. Something more simple, minimal, or geometric might be kind of fun. So I think I'll try something else next time. With this drawing though, I refined all of the details in the end with a Faber-Castell waterproof liner in size S. Overall, I did have a lot of fun with this drawing. I think it might also be interesting to redraw this drawing in a different medium and compare the differences, but I'll save that for another day. I bought these primarily for sketchbook drawings, but the cool thing about these markers is that since the paint is water resistant, you can actually draw on all sorts of surfaces. There's people on YouTube drawing on cars, iPhones, shoes, shirts, bags, and all kinds of things. I'm not too sure if you would need some kind of finishing, but I'm not really planning to draw on any cars or anything like that. But one of the first things I tried to draw on was actually my skateboard, because I wanted to use it in a photo shoot to show off some of my stickers. But the skateboard itself didn't really go with my style at all since I got it off Craigslist, and the previous owner had already decorated it with his own stickers and stuff. So on the morning of the photo shoot, I just quickly whipped something together, and it actually looked pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed this little unboxing and draw with me. I'll be back in a few days with Vlogmas. So thank you for staying tuned. I'll see y'all very soon.